This time, I actually took some notes, and this time I'm not just drawing things. Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong's fight night was fucking tastic. All those prelims were crazy killer. Those fights were so entertaining, so much fun. The first one, the main prediction that I had, I mean, I say predictions. I am predicting what I think is going to happen. I did think Henry Cejudo is going to be able to come through on this one, especially with just his legacy at play, with his desire to have another belt run again. I really thought these things are going to be contributing to a really more impressive performance from Henry Cejudo that night. And I gotta say, it ended the way it did with an eye poke, which was very unfortunate for Henry Cejudo. And Song Yadong, if I'm being honest, this isn't a win that he could walk away with that, like, oh, I beat a legend like Henry Cejudo in a dominating fashion. It wasn't dominating. It was a very close fight all the way up to the third round. And then he's the one that did the eye poke, did the nut shot. That's not good for Song Yadong, I think. It is a win, so no one's going to care. And with this kind of fucking fan base that I'm saying reacting to it, they honestly want Cejudo to lose in such a devastating way that it doesn't matter that he lost in a very weird way. They want Song Yadong to they didn't even want Song Yadong to win. They don't care about Song Yadong winning. They care that he beats Henry Cejudo. They just want to see Henry Cejudo fail. And I don't like seeing that because you're not really loving the sport. You're just fucking trying to you're going based off of the fan bases and based off of bandwagons. So you're lame for that if you're just doing that bullshit. It was a pretty close fight overall. Henry Cejudo came out in that first round, second round with some pretty good energy, pretty good like volume, pretty good pressure, pretty good overall movement. I liked his movement a lot. I like seeing how spry he was. And it seemed like the more the fight went on, he was kind of picking it up. He was getting clipped every now and then, getting some really bad shots landed by Song, but he was landing some pretty heavy shots on Song that honestly, to me, looked like it was doing more damage than what Song did to Henry Cejudo. That's why I was even more upset by this fight ending the way it did, because I was extremely excited to see how the ending would have turned out in the fourth and fifth rounds. Song Yadong was really saving his energy throughout 1 and 2, and he started to put it out in 3 and really started to put on the pressure and put out the power. So I feel like Song was really doing this so smart where he just waited for Cejudo to get tired and knew that he had time to do that. Very impressive. Very impressive by Yadong. I am excited to see Song Yadong's next fight, but I'm not going to have really an altered opinion based off of this fight. I have a more respect to him having a game plan and following that. That's great to see. I love seeing game plans being followed through by the fighters. And here's to his next fight. Let's see it happen. It sucks that it's not going to be Cejudo, it sounds like, because Dana doesn't want to do that fucking fight for some reason. I hope Cejudo comes out with another fight. I know everyone's saying just retire. Fuck that. This is not the fight you retire on. This is not the performance you go out on, especially when you honestly were not doing that bad. I say not doing that bad. He was doing good. He was doing fine. Both were doing fine. I don't think this is the way you fucking leave the UFC. You don't go out like this. This is stupid to go out if you do. You know, it's going to suck as I feel like the UFC might just cut him, which is going to be ridiculous if that happens. For his next fight, I really don't know who we should fight. I think the loser of Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo, if they make that fight, I'd like to see that fight, but I just think the loser of that fight would be a good candidate for Cejudo, because whoever loses that fight is going to be in a weird place in their career, and that'd be a good opportunity for Cejudo to go up. That's what I got to say. Cejudo, do that fight. That'd be cool. Wait, get some recovery. And if not, just fucking fight a lower ranked fighter and really just get this shit moving and try to just get your name back out there again as being respected for the talent that you have and the power that's in your hand. That's all I got to say about that. You know, what's interesting is I'm going to be piecing over to the rankings that I have right there. But what's interesting is that he could fight Rob Font. Rob Font's coming off of a victory, and he would be the guy to move upwards towards the ladder if Rob Font really wants to do that, wherever Rob Font wants to go into with the rest of his career. I think Henry Cejudo easily takes that victory there, for sure. Not even a problem in that fucking category. Another one that would be very interesting to me would be Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo and Henry Cejudo would be a fun fight. Two guys, older fighters in the later half of their careers, only got so many fights left before they have one last shot at the title if they can make it there. And this would be a good deciding, like, definitive fight to kick someone out of the UFC, end their career. Good retirement fight against legends. Legend versus legend, both at the end of their career. That's kind of the fight to make. I think so. Henry Cejudo, if he can do it, get the loser of Corey Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. And if not, Jose Aldo. That fight would be cool. Maybe Rob Font. That'd be a great way to go. For Song Yadong, though, Song Yadong, you give him the winner. Song Yadong, give him Sean O'Malley. You know, like, Sean O'Malley needs to come back, fight. I don't want to see him versus fucking Rob Davashvili. I think that'd be stupid. You give Sean O'Malley a fight like Song Yadong, a guy who's 29 versus a guy who's like They're both similar in age range, different styles. Sean O'Malley honestly does have the tools to take out Song Yadong. That's why I want to see Song Yadong overcome Sean O'Malley, become the number one contender after that fight, and then you have a title shot right away. Other than that, Umar, that'd be a good fight. They were planning that fight anyways. Now that Song Yadong is in the winning category and Umar is in the losing category, that'd be cool. Let's just keep it rocking. We also had the Hernandez fight versus Brendan Allen. That was a cool fight, pretty good fight. I liked seeing that fight. That was a nice grappling exchange from both of these guys. Very cool to see Hernandez actively adapt in the fight. That's what he needed to do, and he did that well. He can clearly see Brendan Allen was absolutely whooping the dog shit out of him on the feet. Brendan Allen was laying it on thick on the feet, and I gotta say, Brendan Allen really impressed me with this performance. But it sucks. He just is losing to these top contender guys. And in my opinion, I don't know. He's just not being able to make the right adaptions in the middle of the fight. He needs to be able to make the right decisions and where to change his game plan depending on his combatant, where Hernandez was able to do that perfectly. He realized he can't stand with him on the feet. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to try to control him on the ground, and I'm going to just hold him there, try to get my submission attempts off, lay it on thick, add some fucking strikes while I'm doing it, make it clear that I'm dominating this guy on the fucking ground. Take that fight. He did take that fight. It was a boring-ish ending to that, but I only say boring because again, it was a night filled with electricity. You get electric fights all around you, a bunch of finishes, bunch of submissions, bunch of this, bunch of that, and then the main card is kind of falling a little bit flatter with the way it's endings for these fights. It was a good fight. Great to see Hernandez come out with that victory. I want to see him versus Izzy. I think that fight would be dope, and if not Izzy, give him Costa. Give him a leap forward and get his name like really pushed towards the title. I don't think he gets a title shot after beating Izzy. I think he needs at least 2 more fights no matter what. But I think Paulo Costa would be next, most likely. And if not Paulo Costa, then you go Izzy for myself. I think that's fun. It's exciting. It'd be a great fight for both of them. That just makes the most amount of fun. That just makes me want to see his fight for sure. For Brendan Allen, though, let's see. Man, what the fuck he gonna fight? I don't know. I say Paulo Costa, but Paulo Costa's below Hernandez right now, especially after Hernandez takes that number 9 spot. So, yeah, there's a lot of people ahead of Hernandez to fight. So really, whoever they put him up with, Robert Whitaker, Sean Strickland, Izzy, there's a lot of guys at Vittori, Dolidze. I think Dolidze's in front of him. Not anymore, but yeah, give these guys that give Hernandez a good fight in the top 5. And no matter who he's fighting, I don't think he's gonna win, but it's gonna be a fun fight no matter what. Yay. Brendan Allen. You know what, honestly? Give Brendan Allen that fight against Paulo Costa. I said Paulo Costa earlier, but I kind of didn't see the rankings fully because I got to wake up more. But either way, Brendan Allen, I think with the Paulo Costa fight, that'd be entertaining. Paulo Costa, I think, would be able to dominate in that fight because Paulo Costa does have that electric strength. But that's if he shows up and actually is able to fucking farting off on him. And then Brendan Allen's going to become angry at Paulo Costa after these couple fights. He came angry in this one. I like how angry he seems. Good fight. I like it. Moving forward, we had John Masumoto versus Rob Font. Rob Font, I don't know if he won that fight. For me, that fight was pretty close. And I got to say, Masumoto was the one putting the pressure on him a lot more. Now, don't get me wrong. Rob Font was putting pressure back on Masumoto, but Masumoto's pressure was a little different where he was actually controlling Rob Font. Rob Font was coming towards him, and Masumoto was making the space, giving him the range that he needs. And he was getting pieced up every now and then. He wasn't able to really dominate Rob Font, but he seemed to me ahead. He just seemed like he was ahead in a lot more areas and a lot more, I don't even know what to say about, Masumoto was doing the things that I think would win him a fight traditionally. If you look at that fight as if it was Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo, I clearly thought Bautista won because he was pushing him against the fence. Jose Aldo needed to find a way to get out of that situation, just like Rob Font needed to find more ways out of the situations that he was being put in by Masumoto. So I'm surprised that Rob Font won the fight, but I'm not surprised. I'm a little bit upset that Rob Font was given that victory because I really can understand how he won in the eyes of the judges where they want him to win. So they're going to give him the victory because it's going to be better for the overall optics of the crowd for that night. It's an older fighter that people want to see win against a young contender, and they gave him that victory. I don't think it was 100% right. Sal D'Amato's kind of, but it is what it is. Rob Font could fight Song Yadong next. He could be fighting Cejudo. So let's see where he goes. Let's see where he wants to go. I think it was a catchweight fight, so who knows where he's really going in the divisions right now. But yeah, pretty okay. Masumoto, give him another chance. Let's see where Masumoto is. Shit, like give Masumoto a fight against another unranked contender, and he'll be in. He'll do well. I think with this, it was a great experience against a ranked guy. Great experience. He came in. I think it was a short notice kind of situation, so fuck it. Just give him that fight. Now, the fight that I'm going to wake up talking about right now is John Silva. John Silva is a terrifying motherfucker. Holy shit. That guy is not right in the brain. But I love it. It seems real. It's just that he's real as fuck in that way, where this fighting's emotional. You got to get angry. You got to get fucking in there. You got to get crazy to get in that fucking octagon. And John Silva's not afraid to show that he's doing that. He's getting hyped up. He's getting emotional. He's getting fucking a little sad. He's getting fucking worried. He's getting happy. He's getting all of these kinds of emotions thrown at him all at once. He's so fucking excited to see people shouting his name, to see Bruce Buffer doing his shit. He's getting hyped up. He knows he's a fucking killer. And it's fucking electrifying. It's fucking invigorating to see John Silva being able to pull off another first round finish like this. To pull off a fucking first round finish like this, where he just was having a great back and forth. Clearly still, he was patient. He was playing it smart the entire time. I was getting worried that Bagdasaryan was going to start being able to figure out John Silva and figure out a good rhythm, because he is a kickboxer, I heard. So he kind of showed that, hey, this is a cut above the other fighters he was kind of fighting right now. This guy seems sharp. This guy seems kind of deadly with it. He got some power in his hands too. And every now and then, John Silva got clipped by one or two, and then it didn't matter. At a certain point, then John Silva pulled up the giving his opponent a high five, giving him some praise, hyping up the crowd, and then he killed the man. I think that's a tactic that he's using at these fights to throw off his opponents, to really confuse them in what to do, make their senses, turn down their awareness for a little bit, so that way he can flick on the switch and he'll be the first one there. I think it's a bit of a dirty tactic, but I mean, this is a fight, and it's not illegal. You can do that. You fuck with your opponent. You get into their brain, bark at him, get him thinking that you're a crazy motherfucker, get him scared moving up into the fight, knowing how emotional and crazy you seem, make them worried for their own fucking health, and then play the nice guy as soon as the fucking fight starts, make them confused about how they should feel about you. You clip them right then and there. You got him dead. And man, I'm happy that the ref really took a moment, because I saw Bagdasaryan look at the ref too, are you gonna let him beat the shit? And then he started beating the shit out of him. You kind of got to let that happen. I think you should give the fighters a moment to see if they want to try and fight back and continue. And I appreciate John Silva's ability to be in that moment, step back a second and be like, whoa, man, are you sure you want me to do this? Okay. And no hesitation. Boom, boom, boom. He avoided the head at sometimes, laying those elbows onto the body. Fuck. That was sick as fuck. That for me was one of those moments that just blew me away. And I felt fucking elated after that. I felt so happy seeing that fucking fight, man. I get this is a fighter that puts fear in my heart compared to everyone else on planet Earth. You got Mike Tyson and John Silva right now for me, because fuck, John Silva is that kind of guy. I don't know who's going to be able to stand up with him, and I know that he wants Bryce Mitchell next. I want to see him fight Bryce Mitchell because, again, I agree. I want to see Bryce Mitchell get his fucking ass whooped after everything. And John Silva is the perfect motherfucker to replace his ass in that fucking ranking. Just get in there, give him that fight. Dana knows that that's a great fight to be making. The thing is, honestly though, I don't know if it's really fair to give John Silva that high of a fucking ranking shot right now when he's unranked. Someone who's in the top 15 though, you know what? No, yeah, Bryce Mitchell is number 13 in the rankings. That's actually pretty perfect. I think Bryce Mitchell's a great fight. Make that one. That's pretty good. Let's see what else. Yeah, John Silva. I liked it. Yeah, John Silva. Yeah, John Silva. That was sick. That was sick as fuck. All right, Alonzo Menfield versus Julius Walker. You know what? Alonzo Menfield, give him some guy, get him into the rankings. Alonzo Menfield can fight a lot of guys in light heavyweight. Anywhere you put him, it's going to be a pretty entertaining fight against not Carlos Ulberg, obviously, because you saw what happened in that one. But someone like Dominic Reyes would be a nice fight. I think he could just fight straight upwards and get Anthony Smith's ass out of there. I just don't care to see Anthony Smith fight. And it's going to be sad if he fights Alonzo Menfield, who's going to just kill him. But, I mean, you're going to be moving up the rankings. You got to move upwards, move onwards, get another fucking clip for the fucking clip farmers out there. God, the energy I have is so tired. All right. Moving on. Alonzo Menfield, just going to make it quick and easy. Let's see him fight Johnny Walker. I have no fucking argument as to why. I just know Johnny Walker's not coming off of the most impressive fights so far. He's been losing. He's kind of hit or miss every now and then. And I think against Alonzo Menfield, it'd be kind of one of those fights where you don't know what's going to happen. So I want to see that one. That'd be nice. Alonzo Menfield fighting Johnny Walker. Alonzo Menfield fighting Johnny Walker, or someone like him. Someone like him. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. I hope you can see the tiredness in my eyes. I feel so fucking slog filled and fucking. I feel like I'm a swamp in a river or a swamp in a wetland, you know? Yeah, whatever that means. Wow. Number 6. I have them listed down. And now I have Aslan. It's like Ibo Aslan versus Ion Kutalaba. And that was sick. Osman was looking tough. He was looking scary. When he was walking out, when that fight got started, I got really worried for Ion for Kutalaba. I really thought I was gonna be upset. I was gonna be completely like I chose Kutalaba to win that fight purely because I liked him as a fighter. I just know him. I've known that he's a guy to look forward to. You got to keep your eye on Kutalaba. Kutalaba is one of those guys. And so I just focused on, all right, Kutalaba is probably one of those guys. Let's just bank on him. I mean, shit, it showed why, though. Fuck. He was able to pull it out of the fire. He was getting whopped around a little bit, kind of moved side to side, headwise and shit. And he knew what he has to do. Switch it up. You got to adapt. You got to switch things up. You got to be ready to just move things around, have your game plan, alter. He altered things. No one could have called this one to be a submission fucking finish. I'm happy as all hell that it is because it is surprising. And he surprised not only his opponent, he surprised every motherfucker in that arena. Everyone got another burst of energy from that one because holy fuck, who could have predicted that one? Fantastic by Kutalaba. Fucking love that one. Let's just figure out who's gonna fight next. Light heavyweight? You could give him Alonzo Menfield. That would be kind of nice, but that'd be kind of sucks for Alonzo Menfield because he just came off of a victory as well, and he wants to be moving upwards, not fighting an unranked fighter. He was saying that he wants to go to wherever the UFC wants to send him, so it would be the heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight. Stay at light heavyweight. I don't fucking let's give him Azamat, give him Menfield, just give him someone in the 15s. He deserves it at this point. That kind of performance was very, very, very encouraging. Give him someone in the 15s. Let's see it happen. Let's just see it fucking happen. Wabada. Yes. Andre Fili versus Mezquzel Costa. Good for him. Honestly, that was kind of sick. I really discounted him. I really didn't believe him, and I did not believe in Costa even a little bit. It's the fucking hair, I guess. He fucking did the Dalmatian thing when he showed up. But then I understood that was about his actual vitiligo condition. Pretty cool, actually. When I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, I judged very harshly. I judged him a lot. I judged him way too much. I did the thing I don't ever want to do where I just judged a guy based on not even fucking knowing. Now, with that being said, he was looking pretty good on the feet, and Fidley looked nervous. Sad to say, like, he didn't look the most confident I've ever seen a guy like that look. I think he started to get overconfident as soon as he had some success on his feet, and it was going towards the end of the round. So disappointing that this wasn't a third round. Honestly, I would have loved to see this fight go to decision just to see how both of them perform towards each other throughout the fight, see where their energies go, see how their cardio stands up, see who has more power in their shots versus who's just landing more, But you put respect on Costa's name. You put respect on that motherfucker's name because he was about to get taken down. He adapted. And again, this is my whole thing. You switch up the game plan. You don't do the same shit that you're walking in there with sometimes, even if you know that this is going to work in a certain way. Oh, I'm in a position where I can just land this guillotine and choke him out. Let me just try. Let me go for it. Let me work a little bit. Got it. And pissed everyone off a little bit, honestly. I like it. You pissed me off a little bit with that one. I got pissed off with Fili, not with Costa, because fucking Fili decided to do that move. He had an aneurysm in that moment. That was ridiculous. But it was fine. I think Fili can come back from this one. Give him another fight. I don't know when or where, who, what the fuck, when, why, what, but give him a fight. I'm going to stop predicting about who's going to get like a ranked fight after this, because now at this point, it's all like guys who are unranked. So they just got to keep fighting. I hope you enjoyed me saying that when I was over here not looking at you. Ooh. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Nick Klein. I really like this fight. I love that I was just being pulled around emotionally and they were just grabbing my attention from like, this guy's doing well, this guy's doing well. He's actively countering. Oh shit, now he's waking up. Now he's pulling out the power. And I gotta say, I was extremely impressed by Nick Klein. I liked how Nick Klein was able to really put him on. He had him confused and worried. He played the game right. He was smart. He was patient. He was doing a lot of the right things that he should do in order to really take the fight. He was adapting. And again, that's a trend with me right now. I like seeing the adaptability being displayed in front of me. The person who adapted the most after that, though, was Abdul, because he realized, fuck, I'm a lot stronger than this guy. I can fucking knock this guy out if I say fuck it and put all my energy into just whooping his ass. And he fucking murdered him. It was brutal. It was great. It was fantastic. He fully understood that, bro, I got two hands and I got power in each one of these. I'm gonna just lay it on him thick and let's see if he survives. And he did not. He fucking did what he should do. He believed in his power and just whooped ass. If he didn't do that and he allowed things to keep going the way they were, Julius, or what's his name? Nick Klein definitely would have taken that fight. Absolutely. Nick Klein was doing fantastic up until that point. So great on Mondul. Give him another unranked fight. Give him it fucking soon. Man, I want to see that fight, whatever he does. What, middleweight? Who the fuck is in middleweight? Okay, there's a lot of fights happening in middleweight right now. I feel like Michel Pereira, Kopolov's going to have a fight. So, he might have to wait a little bit, but he'll get a fight soon. Yeah. What else do I have to say about that one? Power in motion. That's what I wrote down. So, yep. Hello. Awesome. Hope that looks somewhat similar to the last one. I had to move it. Oh yeah. So Ricky Simon versus Javid Basharat was fucking sick. I get more excited as I'm talking about the fights in the prelims because the prelims were just so fucking fun and exciting. Sadly, I'm not gonna have too much to say other than just how excited they made me because I don't know where they're gonna be going for their rankings. I don't know if this is really gonna be enough for a guy like Ricky Simon to get a ranked opponent yet. It's obviously enough for us all to fucking fall in love with him right now and really have hope that he rises back up and really makes his way back into the rankings again. But time will tell. Time will tell all things. So I just want to live in the moment of now. He fucking killed Javid. I really thought Javid was going to have the skills necessary to put away a guy like Ricky Simon, especially if he's able to manage his distance. And whenever he really tried to manage his distance, it didn't fucking matter against Ricky Simon because he just decided to walk him down. He just walked him down like the brick house he is. Marty Shorts called that shit for sure. Marty Shorts knew that Ricky Simon was a brick house. He had that brick house energy about him, just out there rocking his ass. He really put him out in a brutal, brutal way. I think the comparison I saw online was like Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman, or Jacob Dustin Jacoby or whatever, the Jacoby fight as well. I can't wait for the edit where it shows Ricky Simon's knockout, then Kamaru Usman's, and then Jacoby's. That's gonna be sick when I ever see that. Anyways, moving on. But I loved the fight. I loved how he looked that night. Javid was just totally overwhelmed. Ricky Simon really had the pressure. The pressure changed the fight. The amount of fucking volume that Simon had, Javid didn't really have anything to do against that. He was lost against that. And you could see it in his eyes. You could see like, fuck, every now and then. And when he just realized like, oh shit, I got hit again. Oh, fuck. And then as soon as he realized what's happening, he got hit again. Brutal. Very, very beautiful. Very good. I say the word beautiful so often. To me, this is just all art, so it's all beautiful to me. I fucking love seeing shit like this. And that night was just a fucking perfect museum of violence. You just go out in any fight and you see something different, something fucking badass. I loved it. Oh yeah, Vanderford versus that son of a bitch. Let's see. Vanderford versus Nikolov. Man, fuck Nikolov, man. Fuck that guy. Vanderford did what he needed to do. He had some trouble. He had to struggle against that guy because the guy, Nikolov, was doing a fair job defending himself. He was trying to stay in the fight. And it's just all about that round two where things switched up. And Vanderford absolutely knew what he had to do, which is hold him to where he can handle him, put him in a position where he's not going to be able to escape, and just lay it on thick, do it in front of the ref, and make it clear that Nikolov is not going to get out and he's just going to take a beating for the next however long the round had left in it. Vanderford came out with a really good success. I am excited to see whatever fight he comes through next. With a performance like that, the way he handled getting shoved, class act. It was a class act kind of moment. I'm excited. I think whatever fight he gets next, he's definitely going to ride this energy, probably come out with another dominant victory, probably not a knockout like this night, but still, very awesome, very cool. Fuck Nikolov, get his ass out of here. I hate seeing that. You can be upset with the ref. Don't you be coming at the fucking fighter as if he's the one who told the ref, hey, he's dead, please call the fight. No, he didn't do any of that shit. He beat your ass until the ref decided that he had to step in and fucking save you from getting more beatings. Fuck off. Fuck you. That really upsets me. Just seeing that guy with poor emotional management. He didn't have to do any of that, basically. You can be upset, be sad, but don't put it down on the guy who just beat your ass like fucking Tafa did that one time to fucking Walker. Bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck that. Anyways, I like the fight. Now, Ruziboyev, fucking fucked up that guy. Ruziboyev versus McConaughey. That was pretty good. Honestly, that was probably the least like engaged I was all night with the fights. Again, I was rushing to get home with these last two, so I'm gonna keep these ones really, really short. And cool knockout. He has a lot of fights already under his belt. He needs another good fight like this one to really get another shot at the rankings again. So I think with some time, activity, he can work his way back to the rankings, get another good fight. And if he just keeps this energy, that performance showed a lot of skill. Keep it going, advance. I think he needs to still advance more and evolve more to be able to stand up with these current 15 ranked guys. But that was a great performance. Solid performance, good performance, entertaining, nice fight, good knockout. McConaughey definitely was able to show that he had some skills. He had some good hands, some pretty good defensive work, but just not enough. Come back to it if you can, and let's see it again if you can do it. But fuck, man, that wasn't anything to write home about. So, ooh, yeah. So Bukauskas versus Cerquillera. Me and Marty Shorts had Cerquillera on this one. Fuck that, man. Cerquillera was looking great too. I had to watch the replay of this fight, and wow, honestly, it was a pretty back and forth kind of thing. And I think Cerquillera was really actually having the advantage overall for the majority of the round. And then Bukauskas decided, nah, man, it ain't that fucking fight anymore. It's time. The time has come. And Bukauskas fucking stepped in there and whooped his fucking ass to death. How he did not get performance of the night or fucking fight of the night for that? Well, definitely not fight of the night, but performance of the night for that? Bro, did you see how many shots he had when he was still standing? He laid like 5 shots to a man who was dying on his feet. That was deadly. That was like, damn, man, you got to go to the hospital for sure. Even if you think you're okay after a knockout like that, go to the hospital, get fucking checked. You're going to want to take 6 months off for that one. That was a bad fucking beating. Love to see it. Very good to see that one. I love seeing that one. Extremely great fight, extremely great performance. I'm excited to see what happens next for his career because with a performance like that, you have made a name for yourself. You have came to the fight, you came to the night, and you fucking left with people knowing who the fuck you are. That was awesome. I can't write home enough about that. That was so fucking good. But that's all the fights. That's all the fights I really had to go through. I say had to go through, but the fights I had to cover, but I get to go through because it's pretty fun talking about this shit. I mean, the energy I had for the last 4 alone was amazing. My favorite fights of the nights, for sure, if I were to just talk about the ones I was the most happy and impressed by, going from bottom to top, Bukowski's performances, you can't fucking argue. That was just an amazing fucking time. Vanderford, beautiful, just whooping his ass. And again, that's a little bit because I also got pissed off seeing the guy get pushed. So fuck that other guy. But yeah, Vanderford, Simone, amazing. Absur Malik, dude, that one really got me. That one, I like seeing the energy change. I immediately, whoever I'm banking on, it goes out the window once I get my emotions involved in just seeing a good fight. I just start thinking like, oh God, this guy's on the back burner. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. I hope he does this. I hope he does that. And Abdul Malik was like, he got those emotions out of me to really feel positive about his performance. So very cool. Not Phillies. Definitely not Phillies. Cutelaba. Fuck, man. Again, you can't fucking say enough about that. That was so great. A great submission. I love that. It got me going crazy. So Cutelaba. Alonzo Menfield was cool. It was pretty cool. I'll include it in the list because I honestly, like, I didn't like saying, like, it was an okay fight. It was a little bit of a slogfest at times, kind of slow and a little bit boring throughout it. So, but I still saw enough that I was entertained and hooked to see what's going to happen to the end. It's a kind of fight where I can go get a drink of water. I come back. I'm still going to be locked in, but I get to go drink water during this fight. Again, I'm going to put it as one of the fights I preferred this night, and I don't know. That's good for me still. John Silva, bro, he's going to be in my nightmares later. Dude, I thought his tattoo looked a little weird, and then I just think about it. Again, terrifying. Fucking hitman out here with like a corruption Sith element to it. Man, fucking John Silva's scary. Again, I say scary. That's true. It's very true. But he's also super likable. You see that guy? He's always fun. He's having a great time off the canvas and everything. So I really hope his career takes off. I hope he stays in the UFC for a while because I'm going to be watching every single fight he does going forward. No matter what fight he does, no matter where he goes, I'm about to go fucking follow him on Instagram or whatever. That was a great fight. Again, he's just winning and winning and winning. Keep it going, man. Keep that fucking energy up. Nah, not the font, not the font one. The font one was kind of, that was meh. Hernandez fight was good. I'll definitely put Hernandez's fight with Brendan Allen because I mean that was still entertaining. A great grappling fight. That's what you want out of a grappling fight where they're both going back and forth. They're displaying different kinds of techniques. They're seeing their strengths in different ways. Some has a better pull on their back. Someone's more dominating on their back. One can escape better. One can't. entertaining, very enjoyable to watch, and a nice fight, a very nice fight, you know. And I gotta say, Yadong's fight, I like the Yadong and Cejudo fight. I like seeing Cejudo in motion. Like again, I'm a fan of Cejudo. I like him. I know he's cringy. I know he does all this bullshit that people don't like, but I can't deny that Cejudo like is a legend. He has the accolades, and he's just trying to be a personality to get people engaged. He's doing that, and I don't think he's really pushing the line. I think cringy is an interesting way to go about it, but it's funny. I mean, I think it's funny. I don't get it. Like people are out here getting butthurt over him being cringy and shit. Motherfucker, just enjoy it. Stop being all complaining about this guy being a cringe fat. Whatever, dude. Feel that way. I agree. Cringy. But why can't you enjoy that either? Why can't you just look at that and laugh and have fun and be like, oh well, why you gotta be all angry and upset? Why you gotta be all hate? But yeah, I am very upset at the community. I hate overall the most of the community that I see online of just complaining. I do also think it's a lot of bots that are just out here fucking filling comment sections, and it is what it is for that. I don't know sports. I don't do sports. This is the only sport that I like, and I'm annoyed seeing anyone else talk about it. And if they just have some negative ass Nancy opinions, just a bunch of negative ass, pessimistic ass fucking losers. I don't like it. I don't like any of that shit. I went off on a random rant there about the community, but I think it stands true though. Stop being pessimistic. Stop being a fucking negative ass Nancy's. Enjoy these goddamn fights before they're all gone. All of these fighters are one day going to stop fighting forever. So just enjoy the now. Enjoy that we get to see Cejudo one more time before he fully retires. How is it not good? And it's not like he's a can. He's not as good as he used to be, obviously, but he's still a great fighter. And we know he's a great fighter. He's established. We know that if he's going to be on a card, it's going to be an entertaining night. Fuck off with that. All fucking upset about him fighting it. Fuck you. I'm sick of it. All right. That's all I got to say. Love the fight. A fantastic fight night. Next week, we got Manel Kopp versus some dude. But you know who else is on that? Ribovic. Ribovic is going to be on that card. I'm excited. That's all there is to that. After that, we got UFC 313, a bunch of more fights coming up. We got Alexander Volkanovski out in April. Bro, we are looking like a fucking this is next couple months are going to be fan fucking tastic. Yes.